Hey there, welcome. This video is part of my course Mastering AI Agent using OpenAI Agent SDK, the course which I have published on Udemy. The link of that course is available in the description. So if you are interested, please follow the link and get your certification done. Now let us continue with this video.
To build any agentic AI application, you need AI agents. We will dive into AI agents that operate in a disciplined loop like think, act, reflect, and observe. So language turns into the reliable, goal-oriented, and the goal-driven outcomes. So what is AI agent? An AI agent is a goal-driven program. Instead of giving one answer and stopping, it works towards an outcome. It does that by looping through this observe, think, plan, act, and reflect cycle. On each loop, it can select and call tools or APIs. For example, a calendar, a database, or troubleshooting system. Then reflect on the result and decide the next step. Because it is multi-step, it needs short-term memory to keep track of what just happened, and sometimes long-term state to remember decisions across sessions. Agents are not cowboys. They operate with bounded autonomy. So what is bounded autonomy? We set guardrails and approvals. What they are allowed to do, when they must ask, and where they can write. They also hand off to humans or other agents when the problem is outside their scope. And they need observability so we can trace actions and debug. Finally, we measure value with KPIs like resolutions rate or time saved, etc. So agents don't just chat, they plan, act, and finish safely and measurably. Let us look at some real world applications which are candidate applications for agentic AI solutions. Workplace productivity. Now, in workplace productivity, you can think of an use case like meeting action item agent, where the goal is to transcribe, extract, the action owners, the dates, the risks, kind of create an MOM of the meeting. Now, the tools here can be the ASR, the calendar tool, the Jira, Trello, Sana, and the email tools. And the guardrails can be like, private calendars only and approvals for emails, etc. And the KPI one can implement is the follow through rate. For personal productivity, one example use case could be the travel planner, where the goal of the agent would be like search flights or hotels within the constraints and draft itinerary. The agent can use tools like the travel APIs, the calendar API, the email API, etc. And the guardrails can be like hold only versus purchase and budget limits, etc. And the KPI could be like booking time saved. In people and admin, we can think of one use case like resume screener plus scheduler, where the goal of the agent would be to shortlist the candidates against the rubric and schedule the following interview rounds. And the tools would be like the ATS or the calendar. And the guardrails could be like bias checks and the human approval, etc. And the KPI can be like time to schedule, short list quality, etc. In the research knowledge, one can think of an use case like literature review with citations, where the goal of the agent would be to find papers, extract findings, and produce cited summary. And the agent can use tools like Scholarly APIs and then the PDF parser, doc reader, etc. And the guardrails would be like citation requirements, quote limits, and the KPI would be like time to first draft and citations accuracy. In customer support, one can think of an use case like support triage plus auto resolution, where the goal of the agent would be to classify the tickets, answer routine issues, and escalate edge cases. And the agent can use tools like the knowledge base or the RAG pipeline, the CRM or status pages. The guardrails would be to only update tickets in allowed queues, and one can implement the KPI to measure the accuracy of this agentic system is the percentage auto resolved tickets. In the operation and finance, one can think of an use case like invoice or reconciliation agent, where the goal of the agent would be to match the POs, invoices, payments, and flag anomalies. The agent can use tools like ERP or bank feeds, and the guardrails would be like read only by default, approvals for adjustments, and one can implement the KPI as exception rate or cycle time. In production and data, one can think of an use case like data ops pipeline copilot, where the goal of the agent would be to monitor the jobs, backfill failures, and post status, where it can use the tools like Airflow, DBT, APIs, or the SQL or the Slack. Now the guardrails would be to scope credentials and change windows. Now the KPI one can measure here is the failed job MTTR, which is the mean time to recovery. So these are some of the real world agentic AI applications example